It's lights out on the racing in the sprint here in Balaton Park. It looked like a real nasty start further back to the field for Brad Binder on the factory KTM. He's dropping backward on the 33 bike. Quartararo's getting in tight in the first corner, and he's gone down. He has gone down. I think there was contact initially with Marco Bezzecchi and Fabio Di Gianantonio. We said it was a bottleneck. We said it was a pinch point. Quartararo comes off the worst of it. He's out already of this sprint at turn one.
Watch Fabio Quartararo right on the extreme left of the picture as you look. You can see on the right of the picture Binder going backwards from his poor start. So Quartararo, he's actually lost a place, and look, he's braking so much later, and he's desperately trying to pick his way through the gap without taking someone down. He runs 2 KTMs way out wide. That was where Acosta lost a lot of his time on the first lap. Bastianini taken down altogether, and watch Acosta. He has to check up too because Bezzecchi had to check up to avoid the incident.
Zarco's gone down.
Yeah, with
Rins is involved as well.
It's a KTM that's taking him down. That's the other Tech 3 back. So that's Bastianini trying to recover from his incident further on, and he's ran into the back of Johan Zarco. So Rins also delayed. So we've had at least 4 riders taken down on this first lap.
Ahead of the beast is Rins and Zarco. Now, who cleans out who?
Tenea into the back of Zarco. He's trying to make up progress, having lost all that time into turn 1.
As Acosta tries to go side by side with Martin on the brakes, they go into turn 1. Oh, he's going to go in hot though, isn't he? Martin will just hug the inside line. That's brave. It was bowled by Acosta, but it didn't quite work out, and it's putting behind Martin again.
There'll be steam coming out of Pedro Acosta's ears by the time this sprint is done. This is all not even for a point. This is for 10th place. Yes, he was unlucky off the line into turn 1 with the Quartararo Bastianini incident picking him up into turn 1, but that's exactly why you don't qualify on road 3.
Second now.
There goes Acosta.
Acosta, 3rd crash of the weekend, and it is all unravelling big style for Acosta. He had a heavy high side at turn 2 yesterday afternoon. A real costly high-speed tumble through turn 8 this morning, which cost him potentially a pole position, put him 7th on the grid, and he was trying to make moves through on Jorge Martin. That front tyre, he was just in hot, offline, and Acosta down. He's going to remount that factory KTM. Marini with Aldeguer for company as they try to hunt down Frankie Morbidelli ahead of them. The gap between Morbidelli and Marini is now down to just under 9/10 of a second. You kind of fear for Marini at this stage of the sprint, given how strong late on we know Aldeguer is. Even in the short format of the sprints, his late speed is nothing short of sensational. But this is brilliant by Marini.
He's catching Marini, but Marini is in turn catching Frankie Morbidelli. On the last lap, Marini was a 1/4 of a second quicker than Frankie. Got the gap down to 3/4 of a second. So Marini, I'm sure in his mind, is not thinking about defence. He's thinking of attack and a potential bronze medal at the road. Marini's thinking about a podium here, and this battle could involve 3 or 4 riders yet, because Marini, Aldeguer and Mir all in the 37s and all quicker than Frankie Morbidelli.
He does have 4 sprint podiums, Luca Marini. That, of course, was when he was on the VR46 Ducati. None since Qatar 2023. By far one of his best performances so far on that factory Honda. You can see it was chattering its brains out there as he squeezed a handful of brake as we're in this second sector. Aldeguer just got to be patient here, because we know fine margins in terms of the braking zone, so you've got to be millimetre perfect to make the passes clean. So he's just got to bide his time, because at the moment, as he runs all over the rear tyre Marini, it seems like he's got the better pace, but Marini, he's a big fella to try and make a move on, isn't he? Not going to be easy to pass. I've got to say, full credit, a huge credit to Marini here, because it looked like, to all intents and purposes, that Aldeguer was going to make quite light work of the Honda when he got onto his rear tyre, but Marini has resisted quite brilliantly. Aldeguer just has not really been able to show Marini his front wheel, and that just shows what an outstanding job this is by Marini. He is in a class of his own, a league of his own. He takes another stride towards the 2025 MotoGP World Championship. Make that now 13 sprint wins in 14 so far this season. It's 13 wins now in a row for number 93. Fabio Di Gianantonio and Frankie Morbidelli come home 2nd and 3rd to make it a double podium for VR46 Racing. Jubilant scenes for the Italian garage. Luca Marini, what a ride by him. 4th place on the updated factory Honda. Superb.
Well, the numbers don't really do justice. He is winning sprints, he is winning races for fun in 2025. He's halfway to a 7th consecutive double.